according to the Jews, there is a word for the name of God that was given to Moses on a mountain that they cannot pronounce. The unpronounceable, unspeakable word of God. It's a 4-letter, it's been translated in biblical terms into a 4-letter thing that they decided is Yahweh. Y-W-H-E. That's not what it is. That's not what it says. And they knew that, and somebody changed it long ago. It didn't say Yahweh. It's called the Tetragrammaton because it's 4 characters. This is what it looks like in Hebrew. It's just like a shin or a sin, a 3-pronged W, but this one's got an extra one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's unpronounceable according to these idiots, apparently, all these rabbis and things, that all the studies and years they spend reading and studying. They still can't figure this out. I figured it out. I figured it out in about 5 minutes years ago, and now I'm telling the story. I've told it on Facebook. I have a page there called Jesus is Jewish. And once again, please don't get at me with this religion. Jesus had nothing to do with religion. He was against religion. He hated religion. He called them all out and took them to task and said he'd be back to judge. That he was coming back to rule and reign in justice and righteousness, which I believe is the New World Order. And it's already here. And if you don't like it, TF bad. Okay. So back to the Tetragrammaton. I need to get a highlighter so I can explain this a little better. I hope you're having fun with this. I like teaching. Okay. We've already discussed that the letter J is somehow been eliminated. It's been eliminated by the Hebrews. It's been eliminated by the Spanish. It's been eliminated in the witchcraft alphabet. I don't know. Okay. And then this W looking thing was pronounced S once upon a time, and they eliminated that too. So the J and the S, the J and this W are gone. So how can they call themselves a Jew? J-E-W. That's, you know, because it doesn't say that. It says Jess. J-S. The root is J-S. Just, so what's the beginning of, what's the rest of J-S? The man, that's his name. They just don't want to say it. So friggin' what, really? And as far as Lucifer and Jesus and Horus and all, this is a spirit. It's a recurring spirit, okay? Do you understand? A recurring spirit. Reincarnation does that. A spirit regenerates, it inhabits a new body, and it continues on its course. We are all kindred spirits. We are old spirits. Okay, Tetragrammaton, the unpronounceable name of God. I'm going to do this with blue because Lucifer likes the color blue. Hebrew, the language, reads from right to left, not this way like we do. So watch this. Unpronounceable. We're going to outline it in blue. What's that first letter? Looks a lot like a J to me. Okay? And then just to not get you confused, okay, we're going to go to the next element of this mysterious word. If you take the... Okay, so continuing on. Unbelievable, the story of what went into putting this video together. Anyway, we're almost done. Okay? Where we left off was this mysterious figure called the Tetragrammaton, the mysterious, unpronounceable name of God, according to the Hebrews and all their lost alphabets and so on and so on. Okay, so we see that reading from right to left, as Hebrews do, if you take this mysterious character and you begin to highlight it in sections from right to left, the very first branch of this symbol is a J. Imagine that. The J, the letter that they don't even have in their alphabet. Okay? Moving on. We're now going to take that edge from the right side and we're going to highlight, I'm highlighting it for you in orange this time so that it'll stand out. And as you can see, that forms what looks like a W, but by now you know your Hebrew a little bit. It's a sin. It's an S. So we have J in blue, S in orange. Now, let's try some green, okay? And we're going to go to the second branch, and we're going to go, oh, okay, we'll go in pink. I thought it was green. It's pink. So we're going to follow the edges and come up and around, and up and around. And what appears in the pink highlight, you got it. Another sin. Hebrew shin looks like W. So you see there? J, sin, sin, J, S, S. Again, it's a repeating pattern. This is the mysterious, unpronounceable name of God, not Yahweh, okay, not Jehovah. It's JSS. Any name that you can make with that root, like Jesse was a king. And his truly, you can't deny this. You cannot deny this, okay? All right. So there it is. That's the name. JSS. Jesse, Jesus, Jess. Or if you want to use a W, it's Jew. It's what it is. It's his name. Because Jesus is Jewish. Okay. The cool thing is that in the prophets, okay, and again, nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with Christianity, they hijacked all of the Hebrew prophets, put them into a book called their Bible, and applied all of these wonderful forecasts and miracles and mysteries to the church, which is wrong, okay? Anyway, one of the prophets named Ezekiel, he was one of the greatest prophets, foresaw things coming to pass in the future, but he didn't know when or what it all meant, but he knew that it was something important enough to write a book about. And in his book, in one of the visions that he had, Ezekiel saw a man, he called it an angel, had a vision of an angel with what he called, translated from the word in Hebrew, an inkhorn. Back in those days, we didn't have Sharpies and, fountain pens, but they had an inkhorn that they wrote, that they did calligraphy and so forth with. The scribes used them. So he saw an angel coming towards him with an inkhorn on his belt. And he said, "Sir, what is that? What are you here to do with that?" And the angel, according to Ezekiel, said to him, "I have been instructed by the Lord to go throughout the earth and set a mark unto the forehead of those appointed unto me." Whatever. Whoever he was supposed to find, seek, and mark was going to be marked by this angel with an inkhorn. Now fast forward 2,000 years, till 3,000 maybe, till now, we don't use inkhorns. But all these lovely pieces of art that we all bear, most of us. It's a tattoo. It's ink. So there was an injectable ink to become sometime in the future. That's what Angel saw. That's what Ezekiel saw in his vision. This angel who was marking people in the forehead with ink. And the reason why that they were to take this instruction of Ezekiel and obey this angel and get this mark in their forehead in ink was that in the day of the Lord's wrath, that's what they called it, in the day of the wrath, that those who had this mark would be spared and would not be harmed. So, you know, depends on what kind of mark you're talking about, I guess. You know, there's this, you know, the mark of the beast and 666, and that's just, you know, the theater. The point is, this is the symbol that I chose to apply. So I will show you, if you can see. You see that? Don't know if you see it. See it? And I had that done before I went away, before I went to Israel. And I haven't really shown it to anyone, but it's there. And it feels good to have. And it's also proof of the revelation to me that I'm now sharing with you, because the date that I got the tattoo and so forth and so on. No one else in the world has done this, as far as I know. But according to that prophecy by Ezekiel, the people who have this mark, it's the name of God, on their head, will be spared of any wrath or, you know, vengeance, whatever you want to call it. So, in any case, end times or no end times, vengeance or no vengeance, myth or truth, it doesn't hurt to have it. So anyway, thank you for listening to my story. I will now complete my little storyboard. This is going to be continued, definitely, because it took me literally decades to compose this little mystery that I tried to share with you. It was supposed to be a half hour, it's now an hour. But this is literally the bottom line. Okay? All this stuff. Mystic, symbolism, and magic. And we're indestructible. Okay? We'll get back to this next week. More fun and games. Sorry about the interference with the video. This took me 2 days to do this video. Malfunctions, batteries dying in the camera. I had to get up and work at 7 o'clock in the morning after being up till almost 4 last night, Saturday night. It's just unbelievable, okay? And I realized that in part 1 of the video, I know you all saw the tag on the back of my dress, and you're all laughing. Oh, look, the tag is sticking out of her dress. Well, you know, us Jews, maybe I'll return it and trade it back and get a new dress for next week. What the hell? What, are they going to try and stop me? No, actually, I forgot to take it off. But it is lovely. And it came from Macy's. Material Girl. If you all want to know the price, it was $52. Okay? See you next week. Hope this makes sense. That there's more to come. Really cool stuff. We have the power of the universe. All of us have access to the power of the universe. literally in our hand, if you'll be willing, maybe, to put down all those old, worn out things that don't work, and go like this, and go like this, and expect that miracle never fails. Have a magical night.